Coach, the last time you gave up this many points was before the All-Star break. What was lacking defensively for you guys?
Everything. Intensity. That's on me, though. That's on me. I've got to do a better job of getting them to prepared for what they were going to see for a team that had, the week before had beat a very good basketball team, had been in very tight ball games. So I have to do a better job of preparing them for what this situation was going to be tonight.
I know you talked after the Portland game, even though you won that game, that you guys didn't play the Magic standard. Would you describe this game that way as well?
Very similar, extremely similar. The difference is they had guys that were making a ton of shots. So we come out with that effort and that energy. You give a team life that way. And after what we did to them the game before, there was some get back. And like I said, I've got to do a better job of preparing them for what this situation was going to be.
You guys had pulled within 4 there about midway through the fourth quarter. What during that 10-0 run stretch by the Hornets happened where you guys weren't able to kind of keep that momentum going?
They ended up making some big shots. I think we took one that led to a breakout. They got an easy basket, and once they saw the ball go through, we had burned so much energy trying to get back that we didn't have our legs underneath us like we should have. But again, I'll say it over and over again. I'll take the hit on this one because got to do better preparing them. I've got to do better preparing them for what this was going to be be tonight.
Guys have struggled in first quarters for a couple of weeks now. What needs to change in the mindset in the first quarter? It wasn't just a tonight thing, although tonight was certainly as bad as it's been.
Just, again, how we come out with the approach of the game, knowing what teams are doing at this point of the season, regardless of their above 500, sub 500 playoff team. We've got to continue to come out with a level of focus and intensity and intentionality to what it is we're doing.
Coming off of Wednesday's game and then kind of coming off of Monday's game, just how much of a roller coaster is it right now for this team, and then how much do you need to find kind of consistency and find that level ahead of Markelle?
Well, just knowing, like we said before, like what's happening in this time of year, and the way in which you have to prepare your body mentally, physically, and knowing the game plan and what it is we're doing on a consistent basis. These guys, you got to give Charlotte a ton of credit for the way in which they played. They came out hot, and again, we weren't able to crawl ourselves back into it.
You had a few chances to see Brandon Miller. What are your thoughts on him?
Oh, I mean, he didn't miss a shot the whole first half. So I'm very impressed with this young man and what he's able to do. I know there was a lot of talk early on of what he was capable of doing, and he wasn't hitting that to a point, and then he just turned it up, and he's turned it on for the last 3 months. I think it's 3 months straight of rookie of the month. I think he's doing a heck of a job working on his game, finding his places on the floor where he can get his shot off, big enough to get his shot off on any defender. But again, you have to give him a ton of credit for the work he's put in and staying with it, regardless of what was happening early on.
I saw that Jonathan was a late add to the injury report. He was listed as available. What happened with him?
Back spasms.
Just kind of flared up.
Yeah.
You expect that to be a long-term issue, just something that just keep monitoring?
We'll keep monitoring it. Yeah.
So Jamal, you got Chicago Bulls coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Another team that's struggling, but they're giving the Knicks a run for their money so far tonight. So what's the plan going into facing Chicago?
Reset. We got to reset, take some lessons from this one and how we have to approach the game, the way in which we need to come out. But again, it's another opportunity to figure out exactly how we have to come out. And I think our guys, they always respond, and so that's one thing that we'll stay connected on.
Thanks, Coach Mose.
Thank you.
Markelle, so it had been since before the All-Star break that you gave up this many points. What was lacking in the defensive for you guys?
Bad start. Too many mental lapses, transition points, not physical enough. Just not our brand of basketball for a full 48 minutes. So we hurt ourselves early and we tried to play catch up, and you can't do that in this league. No matter who you're playing, you got to respect your opponent and play a full 48. So we got another opportunity, but we got to start better and finish.
Did you get the sense early that you guys weren't playing with that same level of energy and enthusiasm that you normally play with?
I think it was pretty evident for that first quarter. I think they had 30 or 40 points in first, so that's not our identity. So I think everyone understood that, and we understood that we had to play better, and I think we ended up doing that, later in the game. But you can't start off like that in the NBA and expect to just turn on the switch and win.
I know you guys, after the Portland game, were talking about not playing up to your standards, the Magic standard. What is the Magic standard, and what is it going to take for these next few games to get back to that level?
Magic standard, just playing hard, playing together, competing on both ends of the floor for a full 48 minutes. And it's going to take that for the next couple games, man, just especially get ourselves prepared for the playoffs, but not looking too far ahead, just taking it one game at a time and locking into every game. And it has to be everybody, you know. It can't be just one guy, two guys. You know, we're going to need our whole team to be locked in order to, you know, continue to succeed and have a successful rest of the season.
You mentioned earlier getting off to a slow start. That's kind of been the way that this team's gone off in first quarters here lately. How do you as a group turn that around and start playing from ahead rather than trying to catch up?
I think it starts with preparation, just coming in the game, locked in, ready, getting a good warm-up, getting out there on time, and being calm, man. Don't get too high, don't get too low, stay together. We've been doing it all year, man, so this is kind of like a wake-up call. Every once in a while you get one of these, but got to let it go and get ready for the next one, man, and really just stay together and make sure we do everything we need to do to prepare before to make sure we're all on the same page.
Getting kind of a wake-up call, like on Monday, that you get one tonight to bookend the week.
Mhm.
How do you find that consistency, knowing that you're a week out away from the playoffs?
Just staying in the moment. You know, this is the NBA, so the good thing is you got another opportunity right around the corner, and just staying together. You know, through all this ups and downs, we got to stay together and keep having each other's back and understand that we put in the work. So believe in the work, preparate correctly, and everything else will take care of itself.
Just from an energy standpoint, when you came in, you seemed to bring a little bit of that energy to kind of stabilize the team. How are you feeling out there, and you know, how do you feel to kind of just get that rhythm going?
I felt good, man. I've been working my ass off, man. And I know the playoffs are right around the corner, so doing everything I need to do to make sure that this team, one, you know, continue to try to get wins every night, but understanding what's coming ahead and understanding what needs to be done in the playoffs. Every day is an opportunity to get better until the season's over. So I'm just taking full advantage of my opportunities and just trying to be there for my teammates in any way possible.
Thanks, Cal. So, Paolo, it had been since before the All-Star break that you gave up this many points. What was lacking defensively for you guys tonight?
I think our intensity. You know, our intensity wasn't where it usually is, but honestly, I think you got to give credit to them. I think you got to give credit to them. I think they made a lot of tough shots. Miller especially. I mean, he went on, you know, 20, whatever he had in the first quarter by himself, got us down, and then, you know, they made shots and matched our physicality, I think.
Did you guys not play with the same kind of juice and energy and enthusiasm that you normally play with? Was that part of the issue?
I mean, shit, it looked like it, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're better than that team, but you know, they played better than us today. They were the better team today.
I know you guys after the Portland game were talking about not playing to the Magic standard. Would you assess this game as not playing up to your standards?
I mean, yeah.
As we get closer and closer to the playoffs, and kind of having that up and down, where the Portland's game that doesn't meet your standards Wednesday was, how do you find consistency at this stage?
I think it just starts, you know, as a team, we got to be mature enough to, you know, not get on a high horse after a good win. We got to know that we just got to put on the same performance again and again. You know, consistency, I think, is the key to being a great team.
In the first quarters, that starting group has been struggling now for a little while. Can you put your finger on what's going on in first quarters that keeps having you behind? Maybe not as behind as you guys were tonight, but behind.
Yeah, that's something that I think we all got to look at. I can't really give you a reason right now, but I think it's an intensity thing for the most part. So, yeah, you got to look at it.
You guys play Chicago on Sunday. Obviously, they're a team fighting for a lot as well. Do you see that as a good bounce-back opportunity, especially against a team that's also fighting for a playing spot?
I mean, yes, it's a game. You know, be back home in front of the fans. Opportunity to get a win after a tough loss.
Great. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.